We are live now.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نستعينك ونستغفرك ونستهديك ونؤمن بك ونتوب إليك ونتوكل عليك ونثني عليك الخير كله نشكرك ولا نكفرك ونخلع ونترك من يفجرك. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. I know we have spent 2 weeks as an introduction to the chapter Calamity, the Qari'ah, but it wasn't, I didn't intend to do this introduction only for chapter Qari'ah. All the chapters or the verses of the Quran which use rhetorical devices in their description, I dare to say, half of the Quran speaks in this way. We uses in one or other kind of rhetorical devices. So it is important to understand, what are we going to do with this descriptive, illustrative stories, any kind of presentations in the Quran. How are we going to deal with them? It is, to me, for me, it was very important, and still it is important. So I wanted to share my understanding with it. So the Quran speaks to human beings within the conditions of this world, because I can only observe the things within the conditions of this world. And I can use evidence within the created world. I cannot use evidence which is beyond my reach. Anything beyond I cannot use them as evidence. I can conclude about them, but I cannot use them as evidence. So when the Quran speaks as to be the God's word, God's speech, he speaks to me and comes down to my level. And if he is the creator of the universe and my creator, he must know my capacity by definition. I expect him to speak to me within my capacity, help me understand what this created world refers to. Because I understand it is so well organized, well arranged, well balanced, well measured, well designed, purposefully created everything, and I am given the ability to see this, but I cannot perceive what did they refer to, because if I am not introduced to an word which is beyond the capacity of the universe, I would never imagine such a thing may exist. It is beyond my capacity to imagine that. So when the Quran speaks, actually it addresses two things at the same time. I think this is very essential for me in order to communicate with the Quran and understand what it is. How can I read it? Two realms at the same time. One is materially observable, perceivable world. The other one is not observable, materially, physically, experiential. We can experience it and we cannot observe it, but we are sure such things are existing, but we don't know what they are. Like human feelings, it is very essential. I have feelings, I have intelligence, I have consciousness, I have endless emotions, but I cannot perceive them with my hand, with my eyes, with my ear. But I am sure such things exist because I'm living with them. Exactly in the same way, the universe also has two aspects. Our typical example of the book, which is excellent, simple but excellent. Yes, I see the paper, I see some things, some signs on the paper, and I derive meaning from it, but I don't know where it came from. I haven't seen the author, but I'm sure there must be such thing. And also another main principle of the Quran speaks about life after death, death of every moment, death of every particle, death of every animal, death of the whole universe. Speaks about death and after death. And it strangely talks about the new creation and keeps reminding us that you have never experienced that, you can never imagine that. But such things exist. I can assure you, I can give you some evidence, and also I am going to guide you how to have access to the necessity of this kind of existence. Speaks about it, human analysis, etc., human emotional analysis. But while it is the Quran teaches us about the totally new type of creation, which we have never experienced it, the Quran uses some examples that I can experience it within myself. All the arguments about belief, unbelief, obedience of the Creator, disobedience of the Creator, being grateful, being ungrateful, using human senses in the right way, using human senses in the wrong way, because we have free will. We can use our senses in the right way, in the wrong way. We know that some people can kill another person and then burn something down, destroy something. And also some people, maybe the same person in another time, may do something constructive. Rather than killing a man, help a man, a person. These alternatives are open in front of man. And the Quran Quran uses the evidence of the human feelings alongside with the physical examples of it, combines them together, refers to each other. I will explain this. I know what I said was not clear. Now, for example, if I am ungrateful, if I use my feelings, what happens? From one side, something I feel within myself. From another side, it is physically described in a physical form. Very well-known example is fire in the air, in the hell, or in hell, or pleasant life in paradise, enjoyment, all sorts of things. While the Quran, it is very essential, and it is new to me, I don't know about to you, it is very essential. While the Quran is describing hell conditions or paradise conditions, if you like, it hits two targets with one stone. What does it mean? Describes how the fire is bursting out to embrace them. If we are going to study in Qari'ah, hold them down with a compassion. We will study it is beautiful, like a mother holding her baby. Can you imagine? Fire is holding you. Oh man, like a mother compassionately holds you and hugs you. What does it mean? Mother's compassion is according to mother. Fire's compassion is according to the nature of fire. Never leaves you. What does it mean? Can you imagine this? Physical description, but at the same time, it is the description of your feelings when you deny the truth, when you go against your nature. That's what I said, with one stone, hits two birds at the same time. This description of the Quran may not always be taken into account. One side is or may be given emphasis while the other side is neglected. What do I mean by this? Yes, physical description is the physical description according to the conditions of this world. This physical description points to the new creation, which is not exactly the same. It will be another type of creation, but at the same time, this description gives some sort of clue to human mind. Can you imagine in this world how fire consumes everything and burns down everything? Excuse me. And it has no limit as long as there is a fuel. So Quran says the fire of the hell, the fuel for this fire of the hell is human being himself, herself. And the stones, what? What are they doing there? Stones? Can you burn stones? Yeah. False idols, which means your, not material though, your images of something which you assign divine quality, it is your idol. It means this is the one who gives existence to certain things, certain results. Nature, you call it, natural laws, you call it, causes, you call it, the matter itself, cell itself, whatever, atom itself. That is what it is. Stone for you, because it is lifeless. It has no will, no knowledge. And it will be your fuel. Here you are. Go and get your needs, whatever you need, get from it. Ask it. Don't ask the Creator because you didn't believe in the Creator. You denied the Creator. You said, nature creates me. I am the product of nature. This is something natural. Okay? Go and get it from nature, from stones. And it will be your, and not your, I hope not, inshallah, but it will be the fuel of the unbeliever. But at the same time, it refers to the fuel of the unbeliever in the form of a stone in the feelings of the human beings. It is very interesting. Now, you say, nature does this. Okay, communicate with it. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have any quality to give you. It is obedient. It cannot go out of its own way, its own conditions of creation. It means the universal law, which is the order of the universe. And order of the universe is not in the hands of the causes. Order of the universe is already given to the universe by the one who gave existence to it, to the whole universe. But the universe itself cannot produce its own order, because in order to exist for the universe, to have its order, how can someone produces its own order while it doesn't exist? If it exists, it's subject to the order. How illogical, contradictory idea that universe is controlled by the order of the universe, which consists of natural laws, which is ultimately order of the universe. How can they? Some people, okay, this is your idol now. This idol is going to be your fuel, and your own feelings also is going to be your fuel, and you feel it in this world as well as in the next creation. In this world, you experience that you cannot disobey the order. You cannot subjugate the order to yourself. You are subjugated to the order. You cannot get out of the order. You are the slave of the order. You cannot do anything against the order. Whatever you do in this world, all the technological gadgets are produced by obeying the order, already existing order, just working, discovering what is already existing within the order so that you can get it. You can benefit from it. You can utilize it if the order allows you. Otherwise, you can't. You are, and you and I are subject to the order itself. So if you say order is the source of existence, it means order is the source of existence of itself, and universe acts according to the order. But order is what is in the universe, and universe subject to the order, but order is within the universe. So they produce each other. As if both of them are the creator. Oh, it's so ridiculous idea. Anyway, so what gives the feeling, which kind of feeling occurs afterwards? You say, yeah, I am the product of order, and I am slave of the order, and this order is killing me at the end, and there is no end. Quran says, no, there is an establisher of the order. And this establisher is the one who established the order in such a way that he demonstrates his qualities to you, introduces himself to you. You have to acknowledge it, that it cannot happen by itself. It is a conscious creator, orderer, and this creator is just calling you. He gave you to himself to acknowledge him. He gave you existence. He gave you life. He gave you your consciousness, your awareness, your intelligence, your feelings, your body. And he's going to take it from this place after giving the opportunity to you, so that you will know who your owner, who your Lord, who your creator is. So you can turn your feelings to this creator. So this creator, this owner, is a conscious being, not like the universe itself. The universe is created by him. He is subject to his will, his knowledge, his power, his mercy, his wisdom, his justice, his arrangements. The universe is his product. So you can also see yourself as his product. And we are subject to his will, not the order of the will. While I am following the order of the will, order of the universe in this world, in fact, my consciousness, my spirit, my body obeys the order of the universe. My consciousness obeys the orderer, the source of existence of the universe. For example, when you look at a book, you see that letters are written there. But letters are not the source of the meaning. The author arranges the letter in such a way that conscious beings deduce meaning from it. So when you look at the book, see the letters there, but letters are obeying the will of the author of the book. We have to be careful. They cannot come and be online and make a sentence, meaningful sentence. The author makes it. So while you are reading and getting the meaning from it, you are communicating with the author, exactly like the universe. We are communicating with the orderer, sorry. Every atom, every particle is a letter of the book of the universe. Anything we see here is conveying the message from its author, it is writer, it is creator. Now, so if I don't acknowledge the author of the book, I look at the letters, words, sentences, I admire them, but they themselves cannot produce the meaning. What I do, I attribute absurd meanings to it, saying that, oh, this may be this may be that. I cannot communicate with the author. So if I want a guidance, for example, from a book, the author of the universe will take away the meaning from the book and give you a bulk of letters and say, okay, get the meaning, get the guidance from this pack of the letters. No meaning. Letters are there, correct, but there's no meaning. They are in a sack now, if you like, in a bag or in a bucket. There's no meaning. They are useless. This is the idol stone described in the Quran as the fuel of the hell. Do you understand? Two things are told at the same time. I will be left with no guidance, no meaning at all. But these letters in a sack, no meaning, will be my fuel. Tell me what I need. The letters will look at you, laughing at you. Stupid man. Did you think that we were the source of the meaning? Don't be that. Anyways, no, it is a very dramatic situation. I shouldn't laugh at it. May God protect us from falling into this. It's becoming meaningless, wrong position. We have to pray God. So when we read this kind of descriptions everywhere in the Quran, by the way, everywhere, we may even sometimes it is so obvious as it is in this chapter that we are going to study. Sometimes it is not that obvious. You have to be familiar. You have to study and develop a familiarity with the Quran so that you will understand even the description of the life of the Prophet in Mecca, description of the life of the believers in a battlefield. They are all figurative explanations of human nature and what the reality of this creation is. But at the same time, it is talking about the world conditions. Yes, both of them are at the same time. Or everybody knows this simple example. I should use much clearer example. The castles and waters are coming underneath, running under the fresh, and the mixture of different delicious taste of drinks, and everything is described in the universe. The children are there, birds are singing and helping us, serving us with pleasure. No payment is expected. Is it not true? Yes, it is. Not exactly the same, but multiplied by infinite, some sort. But that will be somehow in material, physical form, but not like this. But these types of creation in the world refers to that type of creation in the next world. But at the same time, your feelings, how you feel within yourself, when you realize that your existence, your universe, the universe you live in, you experience around, if you see that they are the present gifts from your creator in order to introduce himself and give you a relief, a comfort, by saying, I am here, a conscious being. I am not a sack of letters. I am the universe is not I am. I present you, it was wrong. I present you not as compilations of atoms. I present you a meaningful book where I describe myself to you. You can get to know me and you can trust me. You can understand who your creator is. Not only the creator of the universe, your creator is. How powerful, how knowledgeable, how perfect his qualities are as you experience in the universe. He is introducing himself to you in order to teach you who you are, who he is, so that between you and he, there will be a communication which is described in the language of the Quran as worship. A human being is the one who worships, acknowledges. Worship means acknowledges, obeys his description, and benefits from the description he received within his own spiritual world, within himself. He says, I don't belong to the universe. I am the universe. Both. We both belong to the owner of the universe. I know him. If I acknowledge him, I will be living a pleasant life in this world in my soul. My body is going to be here. I don't, it is also, it will also be comfortable, but at the same time, but my body will be temporarily living body in this world, but my spirit will experience the eternal happiness as becoming aware of the fact that it belongs, my spirit belongs to an absolutely perfect being. That is how human beings experience paradise while living in this world. At the same time, sees the or experiences, observes, lives the paradise conditions within the universe, within this universe, according to the capacity of this universe. It is that is why the Quran says, get ready for a new type of creation. You were nothing. I created you as a result from a cell. And cell is my production again. And you were a cell, a drop of cell, not drop is too big, just a cell. And I developed you into this form in order to teach you that you are being taken care of by a conscious being as you grow in your age, as I create you stage by stage, I reveal my qualities to you so that you know who is operating on you. You cannot become a perfect as you are now creature functioning comfortably according to the requirements of the universe, living conditions of the universe, and you can communicate with the universe perfectly, even without knowing how it happened. But you can, after a certain age, think about it. It cannot be the accidental act of existing. It is perfectly designed. Because while you are developing, you develop in such a way that everything will become more and more appropriate to the conditions of the universe. And then after the education stage is over, you are taken out of this creation slowly again, gradually again, consciously, deliberately, and taken away from this creation as you were brought into this creation in the form of a cell. Now, you will become, your spirit will become another cell for another type of creation. That is what I am telling you within your own feelings. So when we read these kind of descriptions, which are full of everywhere in the Quran, we have to bear in mind two things. My Creator is teaching me by showing me the evidence within the physical forms and at the same time within my feelings. And the results of my choice will be manifested in a physical form in the next creation, but the sign of it, I will be experiencing the result of belief or unbelief within my own spiritual world, my soul, my feelings, while I am living within this universe. So it is the witness. As the Quran says, human being is a witness to himself, is a witness to the truth by himself. You don't need any more witness from outside, in fact, but we don't know how to use ourselves. We need a laboratory to experience it within ourselves as well as with the outer external world and see the uh, compatibility between these two words and say and come to the conclusion that I am consciously prepared and given existence within the conditions of universe by a conscious being. Both of us, universe and me, are arranged in the perfect way. That is how we should read the Quran. See the physical existence description of something in the Quran, but at the same time turn back to yourself. Am I experiencing this within my own world? That is amazing. That is what uh, all the scriptures speak, in fact, but unfortunately, we have only one scripture left. It is enough, which is not really spoiled, if you like, messed up by human hands or minds, physical conditions, etc. Now, I would like, I don't know whether there are lots of, I have many incredible notes here. If I study all of them, you will say, oh, another week is gone and we couldn't use. Oh man, so I see. I wrote lots of notes, but I just wanted to see the, the critical points in bolds in my notes. I don't know, we have gone through all of them. Yeah, no. Maybe some of them. Anyways, I think as a whole, in general, we covered. Whenever it comes to my mind, then uh, I, I can, if I remember, if Allah lets me remember it, I can share it. I'm not really mean about it. If I know something, if I like and experience within myself and enjoy it and confirm it comfortably, why shouldn't I share with you? I mean, I shouldn't be mean. So I would like somebody, please, to read. Um, I mean, is there any native Arabic reader among us? Please don't hesitate.
I can read, inshallah.
Okay, please. All right. Can you read the Arabic without interruption? Like القارعة ما القارعة وما إدراك. Like this. You go ahead.
ما شاء الله. بسم
Please.
الله الرحمن الرحيم. القارعة ما القارعة وما أدراك ما القارعة يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش.
Continue. فإما
فأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية وأما من خفت موازينه فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي نار حامية.
Thank you very much. But uh, not everybody is expected to understand the meaning, but very roughly, I mean, as far as the translations are concerned, I never ever claim that these translations convey the whole message. Impossible. I'm not blaming the translators. I keep telling you this because as if it means in fact like this, not as it is described it here. It doesn't mean that I'm being critical to the translators because everything is in it. Every meaning is in it. So the translator has to choose one word, not all. So let's read the translator to get a general idea, but please, all of us, and the reading will be extremely slow. Give us, the reader, I'll ask somebody here, give us the opportunity to, if you like, assimilate it within our own feelings, but at the same time, see the examples of it in the creation. I mean, two sides, the two sides of human beings, two sides of us will function at the same time. For example, here the descriptions about what will happen to the mountains, what will happen to human beings, etc., and the fire, something like that. But at the same time, what do I feel within myself? Just we are going to, I am going to ask somebody, please get ready, somebody to read it slowly so that we will have opportunity to somehow feel something and imagine the physical things described there, and we will continue studying from the beginning, inshallah. Okay. Now, sorry, somebody can somebody please assign yourself as the reader in English.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaykum assalam. Okay.
The calamity. What is the calamity? What will explain to you what the calamity is? On a day when people will be like scattered moth, and the mountains like tufts of wool. The one whose good deeds are heavy on the scale, then he is in a pleasant life. But the one whose good deeds are light on the scale, then his home is a bottomless pit. What will explain to you what that is? It is the scorching fire.
Yeah. Now, somehow it is frightening. How did you feel it? A little bit scary. Did you feel it?
Yes, in terms of, what's going on?
Yeah, it is the scorching fire, bottomless pit, scattered like moth, small flying things everywhere. flying, I don't know, insects. So scatter like them. I will be like this. Can you imagine? Oh, this is the Qari'ah. Now, so it is scary for me. I wouldn't say, oh, it is a wonderful life. No, no, no. Fire will really grasp me, hug me in such a way that my home will be fire. Oh, my actually, we will come there. For ummuhu hawiya. So, al-Qari'ah. What is Qari'ah? In fact, it is translated as calamity. Qari'ah, in Arabic term, something comes at night and suddenly knocks at your door very hard. You are sleeping and you just wake up, especially in America. If, I mean, undercover police wants to raid a house or a place, just in the middle of the night, they come to the house and turn the projectors to the house. You are seen, but they are not seen. And they come and knock at your door so much that you don't know what is going on. Suddenly you wake up, the policemen just pointed their guns to you. Freeze, they say. That is their strategy. So that the person cannot do anything. The person has to surrender himself to the police force. That is al-Qari'ah. But not the police here. The owner of the universe will create living conditions in such a way. So this kind of thing will happen to you. But Qari'ah in this context doesn't really mean, it is the physical description of Qari'ah that I try to visualize it as much as possible for me and for you as well. But it is something to do at the same time, the one who doesn't submit himself to the creator of the universe, but sees himself as the product of unconscious matter. Unconscious matter. I am accidentally created like this. When you think about it, that will happen to you. So the Quran tries to help us imagine how horrible the result will be. It says, the calamity, something will suddenly hurt you. Look at your conscience, your intelligence, your feelings. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? You don't know. You don't realize. If you don't really think about it, what will explain to you what this al-Qari'ah calamity is? Nothing. You cannot really find anything within the universe. It will explain to you that Qari'ah means this. No, nothing. As if universe is comfortable, perfectly working. But what is happening within your own soul, you cannot find any explanation of it in the universe. That I'll tell you what will happen to you. You will be in a day, in a moment, when you just think about it, you will be in a situation when you think about it, like you will be like scattered mass. Everything will become scattered around, no meaning, no purpose, and completely dissolved, no hope. You can imagine. And also, when you look at the universe and the mountains, like tufts of wool, it means when you, I don't know whether you have seen in the village life, when they get the wool, or especially from the sheep or from the goat, and in some areas from the camel wool, and then they wash it, etc. They have to tough it. I don't know how to explain it. If anybody helps me to explain it, so the wool scatters like around. It means no power, no consistency, no resistance, just scattered in the air and falls down aimlessly. You find yourself like this description if you don't submit yourself to the conscious creator of the universe. That is how you feel it. When you are enjoying something, anything you enjoy, think about it. Suddenly the news come, but God forbid, that the person, let's say it, not you, that the person is going to die tomorrow. What will you do? All your hopes, just the idea, but I've got this, I am entertaining this, but it is going to disappear. It is transient. It will leave me alone. I will leave it alone. We won't be together. It is just a fleeting condition, ready to disappear anytime. All your pleasures, all your hopes collapses. All of them collapse. You cannot really keep yourself up. You can have no point of support for your existence. Nothing can keep you in existence. You are going to die within the whole universe like a moth, scattered everywhere. Your spirit will be scattered according to your understanding, not in fact, but according to your understanding. You will disappear from existence. You see the body of a deceased man, what happens in its grave? Disintegrates, gets rotten, smells horrible. Everybody wants to throw it under the earth and cover it up, feels hateful. What shall I do with this rotten flesh, corpse? Throw it. You will be like this if you don't believe that you have a conscious creator. That is the feeling inevitable you will experience. You don't have to wait until you die to have this experience. because this is the chapter revealed during the late second and maybe early third year of the prophethood, messengership. So he was speaking to the people who were adamant, who were obstinate not to accept the message. And the Quran, through the mouth of the prophet, delivers this message, and they cannot challenge it because it is their obvious reality. They can just maybe close their eyes, close their ears, but they cannot close their feelings, their soul. Their spirit is there, their consciousness is there. That is why most of the people who are in this position don't want to think about death or interpret. That's it. I don't feel anything, but you are feeling now. You are experiencing now your dead end. You know that everything will be gone. You are continuously getting closer and closer and closer to the end of your existence, your life. Everything will be. You are working for your children in order to keep your house most beautiful, decorated, whatever is gardens, flowers. They will all go away. You will be left alone in your grave because you say, I am made up of atoms. So you just reduce yourself to your cells, and the cells are getting ready to rot. How can you stop falling into a complete despair, helplessness, hopelessness? No pleasure. If you are eating the most delicious food, you just leave your fork aside and say, let me forget about it. Please, waiter, come here. Yeah. Can I get some whiskey, please? That is the only way. Or take your iPhone or telephone, start watching some films or something just to run away from your reality because it is unbearable. That's why nothing else other than your creator, your own, the owner of your soul can give this news to you. If you don't acknowledge the creator, if you don't understand that you are protected by this owner of the universe, so compassionate, taking care of you, the matter can be your end. It is inevitable. It is horrible, frightening. Yes, it is, with one condition. If you do not acknowledge your reality, that you are given existence by a one who is able to take care of all your needs because he is the one who gave you all your needs. And he is promising, I'm going to fulfill it as I partially, temporarily pleasing, satisfying your needs here, just to show that I am doing it. Don't you believe that I can do it as your spirit requires it, demands it? It is amazing, challenging the unbelievers in the physical life of the prophet. The first time he recited it, he recited this to the first audience. Most of them were deniers, rejecting, trying to shut the messenger up so that they wouldn't want to be reminded of this reality. That's why they said, you stop it. Otherwise, we will make you stop, using only physical force with no challenging counter argument. So when they read this, of course, it is somehow their language, but every concept is different within the context of the Quran. So when they read this, they will understand how it is beautifully described the reality of an unbeliever. Al-Qari'ah, mal-Qari'ah. وما إدراك ما القارئة. Beautiful. يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش. Oh man, they say, I cannot stop this. I cannot really, even the mountains are like tufts of wool. How can I not be like them? But I'm going to. All the people in grave are like this, scattered in dust. If you leave it in the wind, it will just scatter everywhere, worse than the tufts of wool. That is my end. That's my reality. Oh, even the mountains cannot stand by themselves. How vivid, sharp, knocking at the door of the consciousness suddenly while the consciousness is sleeping, forgetting about one's reality, making calculations like me. What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to have for my breakfast? Eh? And then I will enjoy it. I love this cereal. I love, I mean, not myself, but bacon and egg in Sunday morning. Ha ha. But when this news comes, oh, your tastes, hopes of satisfaction, enjoyment, delightful, delicious food will disappear at the end. I have it that yesterday, last week, the best food. What happened? Gone. Scattered in the past, unknown, excuse me, past, unknown things. I don't know where they are now at all. I have no access to them. Impossible to bring them back again. And one day I will totally lose it. Excuse me, there are is something in the chat box. Let me see. Uh, it is, let me see this one. It is talking about the day of right, the day of judgment, right, Aisha Khadija. No, it is private. Don't write anything private. There is no need to write private. Write to everyone. It is talking about the day of judgment. We in the introduction, we talked that it is talking about the day of judgment. It is talking about the real scattering of the moths here and also tufts of wool here. It is talking about my feelings exactly like those tufts of wool and the scattered mouth and the physical description of hereafter, spiritual description of hereafter. Four of them at the same time. Not only the day of judgment. I have to experience it here. Thank you very much, sister. I think sister Aisha, Khatija, both names are. so, so uh, unless it is extremely private, write it in private. Otherwise, this is a beautiful question. You have been taught this. You have been taught this hundreds, well, thousands of times in your life as a description of hereafter, the description of the day of judgment, have nothing to do with you now. It will happen in the end. Then you cannot believe it. You cannot confirm it. I don't know. I haven't experienced the day of judgment. They say this, I don't know. You have to experience it, you and I have to experience it here and say that, yeah, there must be, this is my reality, and this reality must be performed, created within a real terms. I don't know what it is, but it must be so. It must be so because we know that my spirit is experiencing here. And where did I get my spirit, my feelings? From the matter, from atom? It doesn't have it itself. It is just slave of the order. It has to act according to the order of the universe. It is the bondsman, slave of the orderer of the order of the universe, will of the order of the universe. So these feelings are given to me by something which is not of the nature of the universe. It is beautiful to understand this. Don't jump into religious terminology so that you take it for granted without knowing, realizing what are you confirming. So religious terminologies, while you are reasoning and confirming your belief using the religious terminologies, be careful that another principle of thinking in matters related to religion, using the religious language, which comes with its own baggage, without realizing, you think that you understood it, but you are using already prepared packet for you. You don't know what is in it. It is harmful. But as a conclusion, you say, yes, definitely this news, El Qari'ah news, is real, must happen as well. Please, I don't know if you have joined us late or I don't really follow who is there. But because I cannot manage two things at the same time. So I just uh, concentrate on the subject and try to feel it within myself and share my emotions, reflections with you. That's it. So if you have missed the beginning, please, it is going to be, I think, uploaded, the recordings in the YouTube. As soon as this class finishes, you can find it on YouTube and listen again. It is worth it because, as I keep telling you this, in this class, we don't talk about information, what will happen in the day of judgment. Yeah, everybody will be frightened, sweating. Oh, okay. How do I know? That is what Allah tells you. Look, I use then religious terminology. How do you know? Some people say no. What is your evidence? Hmm? That is what we establish here, methodology of reading the Quran. That is my speciality. That's it. I know nothing else. I know a little bit of Arabic and the morphology of the words and syntax of the Arabic sentence, a little bit. I'm not saying I'm a scholar. No, 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 no. I am an ordinary man. No, no, never, or professor or anything. No, I am an ordinary man sitting in his simple room, studying whole years and years and years of the Quran, also commentaries on the Quran. Great scholars prepared something, trying to benefit from them, and twice or three times a week, I try to share my conclusions of the week. That's so simple. So that is my feelings, but but I am very critical, extremely critical. I challenge. How do you know? Judge of judgment. How do you know? Have you seen it? No. How can you believe that? How can you confer it then? No, you can, but you have to have the methodology. We only study methodology in this class. No information. These were such and such, but why did I mention that if in principle we don't use the information? For example, this chapter was revealed during the 3rd year of the mission of the messenger of God. Why? Because this is the first impact on the people. When you read it, you must experience the same thing if you have not heard it before. But you say some people memorize this, a short story. People memorize this short chapters in order to recite in the Quran. Ask yourself, when you read القارعة ما القارعة وما أدراك ما القارعة يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش. Oh, what a horrible thing. While you are in prayer, reciting it, have you trembled, shaken? Yeah, such a thing may happen to me if I did not submit myself to the creator of the universe. If I described myself, defined myself as the product of this universe, this feeling is real with me. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be sarcastic. Please excuse me. To read the Quran with a beautiful voice is important, but it must be accompanied with the meaning. For example, يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش. What is the meaning? Where is the dreadful description of the human future and the feelings of your spirit? Where is it? I mean, can you read any poem like this? But it must be consciously read. Of course, this is not our subject today, but the Quran always emphasizes on it. وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا doesn't mean only tajweed. Yes, it is the tajweed, but at the same time, in harmony, if you like, the music of the recitation. Yeah, beautiful recitation with a beautiful voice must accompany with the meaning so that you can feel it. So the first audience felt it. There was no tajweed, there was no singing, but there was only reading a powerful poem with the rhythm of a poem. Al-Qari'ah. What is that? What is it talking about? Mal-Qari'ah. Oh yeah, really, what it is. وما إدراك ما القارئة. What will tell you what Qari'ah is? Well, is there anything? Anybody here? Or anything? The stones or I don't know, mountains? Will they tell me? Or any philosopher or anything? No. يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث. Hey, don't forget the moment, the day when people will be scattered, will be like scattered moths. Am I going to be? Really? When? Oh, yeah. You see, lots of people died before me. Their bodies now disintegrated completely. Even the bones are like dust. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my future, huh? Not only you, even the mountains. They cannot stand by themselves. They cannot keep themselves united because they are made up of component parts. Each component part has no consciousness. They cannot really support each other. They cannot know each other. Of course, whoever is or whatever is keeping them, if it leaves them, loses them, they disintegrate. They cannot really keep themselves upright. They are created in this way. That's what they are like this. You see that the crumbles come up when as the time passes because they cannot really keep themselves. And I'm strong. No. So this feeling must be transferred into the hearts and minds and imaginations of the people while the Quran is being recited. So the music of the Quran is not just a music. The transferring the meaning ingrained, included in the Quranic text, the words, sentences, in a way, in such a way that it will really have a great impact of the emotional side of human beings, so that you will experience the day of judgment. That is the religious terminology. Yeah, day of judgment, Yawmiddin. Oh, I mean, it is not only day of judgment. Yawmiddin is a great word. We can write a volume of a book about it. So, but simply day of judgment, put it in English in this way. Okay, when you read it, you can imagine that within your own life living experience now, that is really true. That is my end. I'm not going to be left alone. I am so consciously, deliberately, perfectly designed and decorated with enormous, unimaginable capacity and number of feelings. This, do you think, pointless? So none of the poets of that age could challenge this. So that is the example. Now also, none of the philosophical explanations of existence can challenge the reality described and presented to human beings in the text of the Quran. We have to appreciate the meaning. We shouldn't just reduce it and hide it behind religious terminology that already accepted by us, and we don't know why we confirmed them. So while we are reasoning, experiencing the meaning of the Quran and having an impact on our spiritual world, we should not really hide the behind religious terminology we have been using in our practical life. We have to just leave ourselves to the, if you like, current of the meanings of the text of the Quran and come to the conclusion that I 100% sure my life is not without any purpose. I am going to be taken into account. Everything will be asked. All the things are given to me will be taken into question. What have you done with the capital I have given to you? How did you utilize it? How did you benefit from it? Or just extravagantly use them with no consideration of the consequences. Now it is time to this section. فأما من ثقلت موازينه. Yeah. The one whose wasn't, I don't know, scale, good deeds are heavy on the scale. It means, I mean, this is just interpretative uh, translation. No, good deeds are not in the text. Excuse me again, please. Just a second. But your scale is heavy. What does it mean? We said good deeds. Okay, good deeds, but it is not only good deeds. What makes a deed a good deed? Your consciousness, knowing the reality, confirming the reality, and you know that this is the truth and I submit myself to it. That is the good deed. So if your acceptance, confirmation of the reality is heavier than your negligence, your ignorance, then فهو في عيشة راضية. He is in راضية عيشة, pleasant life, عيشة راضية. You will be pleased with it. It's a pleasant life. Is it really true? If my awareness, consciousness is functioning more than negligence, do I have at least comparatively a pleasant life, feeling in the presence of my creator, and I trust my creator. He has given me this. I am not an ungrateful one. I acknowledge it. I acknowledge it. And I am sure he will give me. He will forgive my negligence. And he will forgive my mistakes, which is inevitable. I always make mistakes. Really grave mistakes I make, and misuse of my feelings rather than using them for the purpose they are created, acknowledging the creator, submitting myself, being grateful to him, and confirming it. What I do, I just spend my feelings. That's my reality. I admit, I confess. I just, there is something there, one spot, dirty. Okay, and think nothing but that point, nothing else. And even I don't know why I am disturbed with a small dirt there. Why? I don't question why this spot, dirt, disturbs me. Why? What is that? Which kind of feeling it is? How do I know that it is bad? Where did I get this feeling? Who taught me? It is within me. I dislike dirt. I don't think about it. And maybe during this class or preparing for this class, I say, they were wrong. And that is why asking for forgiveness, deleting, afu, deleting those negligent moments of my life is possible. Just acknowledge it. Never, ever get frustrated of your mistakes. What? No. Am I not going to be sorry for mistakes? Yes, your being sorry must turn into your seeking pardon, seeking forgiveness, receiving the forgiveness from your creator, turning to him repenting and expressing it, asking from his mercy to forgive you. It is the best way of the solution for human beings. Otherwise, your spirit cannot, my spirit cannot stand it. All the mistakes when I remember I made before, so heavy and puts me down and puts me into despair. But when I say, oh my creator, you are generous, always you are, your mercy encompasses everywhere. Everything is out of your mercy. You are so merciful. Please, please forgive me. You can do that. You are promising me being merciful to me, treating me in a merciful way. So I trust your forgiveness. Not guaranteed, but I trust his forgiveness. I understand from my own feelings that if somebody does some wrong to me, and then if he asks for forgiveness, I can't really stop myself from forgiving. That is my feelings. These feelings are given to me to acknowledge which kind of creator I have. So within your own self, you experience the qualities of your creator when you don't deny it, when you don't distort it. That needs somehow a little bit training, but it's not a great deal. It is not very difficult at all. Just need concentration. But while you are concentrating, while you are thinking, don't say, oh, Allah is Ghaffar, Allah forgives. No, no, no. You have to experience the pleasure of forgiveness so that you will say, that is my creator is revealing himself to me through this sense. It will be your reality. And that is what the confirmation, that is what certainty in belief, yaqeen in belief can happen. So please be careful about this process of during the uh, prayer, you present your conclusions. During the class, you use your reflections, your reasoning, your questioning. You're being critical to yourself. Is it really true? How can I know? Can I experience it? You can, but be brave to ask this question to you. If not, seek for the answer. But you are not alone. Don't worry, there are people. Okay, these people whose consciousness in his life, consciousness of his creator, the mercy of his creator, power of his creator, almightiness of his creator. Yeah, uh, how generous he is, how honorable he is, how he honors you. You know, he doesn't want to put you down always. So one is this. وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ, but the one whose good deeds are light on the scale, very occasionally or not at all, remembered his creator. How is he going to save his life? How is he going to get pleasure from his life? It is impossible. فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ. It's translated here as home. Ummuhu, everybody knows, even if you study 2 months of Arabic, you would know Umm's mother. But of course, what does it mean? The translator thought, if I said, then his mother is a bottomless pit, what does it mean? It's a figurative. So you have to explain it. We studied 2 weeks for this reason. You have to put it in a form that this form will remind you something. I feel at home. What does it mean? I'm comfortable. So fire will be your comfort place. Oh God, what does it mean? So is Hawiya, what is that? It is translated the bottomless pit. So وما أدراك ما هي? Huh? What is that? Hawiya? Who's going to teach you this? Who's going to tell you what it is? It is translated here. what what will explain to you what that Javier means. Mahia over Javier. What is the essence of Javier? I can tell you. I can tell you. Narun Hamia. Oh, scorching fire. Not a simple fire, that gas fire. No, no. As soon as you put something in it, even the iron core, it melts. That is furnace fire. When they put this core of iron or uh, copper or gold or all the metals, they burn them, they become liquid. Oh, the iron became liquid. Yeah, that is Hamia. So it burns your spirit. You become completely despaired and you have no hope whatsoever at all. You disappear from your existence as if you say, if only I did not exist. Because your consciousness keeps you reminding, knocks at your spirit, hey, who are you in this world? What will happen to you? You are going to disappear completely from existence. Although you say philosophically, after I die, nothing will happen. But now, you know you are going to die. Every day you are dying. Every moment you are losing your existence, your life. You cannot bring it back at all. You only keep the picture on your phone or in a paper, piece of paper, picture of yesterday life. What are you going to do with it? Just reminds you, I lived like that very pleasant life. It is gone. Is it real? For example, take a picture of a table, perfect banquet table, and send it to your friend and please eat it. Bon appetit. Help yourself. The picture, nothing. So what we do now, just this hope, gone. And as they go away, reminds you that tomorrow also you will try to enjoy yourself, and tomorrow also will be past. You cannot keep anything in this world. You are falling into the pit of the furnace every day because your spirit feels no security whatsoever. When you don't submit your existence to the creator, to the owner of the universe. What a beautiful, what a real description of belief and unbelief, or the spiritual feelings of believer and unbeliever in this world, as well as with physical explanation of it. I mean, in a metaphorical way, allegorical way, so it will make you really visualize it as if it is really happening right now to you, the life after death. That is the preparation of our future life in the future, in after we die. That is why we are brought in this world. And we are taking away from this world in order to give the results of our scales, in order to receive the results of our scales. From now we are taught, from now we are informed of it, and we can feel it within ourselves. We say, yeah, that is with me. That is my reality now. How can I deny it? So that is the shocking news to anybody who is receiving this message, knowing that it is just knocking at his door of consciousness right now. You say, wow, That is really, really true. So when you read the Quran, there will be a day you will be taken into account. Of course, of course, I am taken into account now within my own self. I cannot get out of myself. I can drink, I can keep myself with other things. I mean, keep myself busy with other things, but it is within me. I cannot run away from myself. That is beautiful. The Quran said, أين المفر? Where can I go? I am within myself. I cannot, my spirit cannot go out of myself. Yeah. كلا لا وزر. No, these are really amazing, 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 amazing. Oh my God. Oh my God. It is my reality, by the way. It may be yours as well. Inshallah, yours too. It is beautiful description of it. Everybody said the Quran keeps talking about hell and not paradise. That's my reality. فأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية. Why don't you have your periods of parts of your life conscious of your creator and become aware become aware of your reality? That will make your your life yeah, in a most pleasurable way. That is what you are created for. But if you don't, then the fire will embrace you, hug you, like a mother hugs her baby. Will never leave you alone. Not because it is angry, no, it is nature. The nature, the essence of denial is this hugging fire for your spirit. Try it. Try to think. Don't hide yourself behind the religious terminology. Think there is no God. There is nothing. Everything is, but that's I am. And think about the word. How can you live in this? No purpose. Why are you doing that? Why are you feeding your children? Why are you loving your mother, father? I don't know whether you love your father, but definitely you love your mother. You are supposed to love your father, but you know, the example of loving relationship, compassionate relationship is always given with mothers. So really, it must be meaningful. So as you love your mother, your children, your friends, your relatives, etc. Why? So we have to get ready, inshallah, how to read the Quran. Oh, the time is really late. Excuse me. Next week, inshallah, we will start studying the chapter Qiyamah. Yeah. لا أقسم بيوم القيامة, etc. Anyway, inshallah. So we have prepared now our minds how we should read the Quran. Descriptions of the Quran must have 4. Okay, but something happened. Okay, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.